The Premier League rolls back around for Leicester as they walk out at Selhurst Park, and after the international break, all eyes turn to Crystal Palace as the Foxes look for that all-important first top-flight win of the new season. A lovely sunny day in South London, terrific scenes in the Holmesdale end. They are certainly up for this, the Eagles, and you sense this could be a mood-defining afternoon for both clubs. Like Leicester, Palace with 1 point to their name so far. It is only early September, but this feels like a big 90 minutes. You can hear the fireworks shooting off into the sky on the opposite side to where we are. Mess Hermansen turns and applauds the travelling fans who have come in numbers and are desperate to see Leicester pick up an away victory or an away point in the Premier League for the first time this season. And for Palace, as you can hear, wonderful noise for them. They hand a debut to Eddie Nketiah and Maxence Lacroix. And they have Dean Henderson in goal, three at the back, Lacroix, who joined from Wolfsburg, Mark Gay, the captain, and Nathaniel Klein. Tyreek Mitchell is the left wing back, Daniel Munoz the right, with Adam Wharton and Cheikh Doucouré, his first Premier League start since November after injury, the two holding midfielders. And then Ebere Eze and Nketiah will operate behind Jean-Philippe Mateta. It's one change from Steve Cooper from the 11 that started against Villa. Stephy Mavididi, having brilliantly helped make the goal for Leicester in that game, is in. Abdul Fatawu drops to the bench. That is the only change. So Mess Hermansen's in goal. The back four of Justin, Okoli, Fass and Christensen. Skip and Winks holding in midfield, along with Ndidi, who might be just ahead of them, with Jordan Ayew returning to the club that he left and served with such great distinction for such a long time, and Mavididi working either side of Jamie Vardy, who loves a goal against Crystal Palace. The whistle goes for the two captains to head to the centre circle. Matt, wonderful noise. International breaks seem to go on forever nowadays.
Yeah. But
the Premier League's back, and Leicester, as you mentioned, have a serious test on their hands. What do you want to see from them over certainly the first 10-15 minutes?
Well, just going by the atmosphere and the volatility of it, and how loud it is. It's intimidating, isn't it? And it's a test of character for this Leicester City team coming back into the Premier League, and they'll know already that they're going to have to battle and scrap and fight to maintain their status, as well as show the quality when it's needed. But I get the feeling that none more so than today, really, because you can sense there's a vibrancy about the home supporters. That transfers itself, it's got to, and energises the home team. You know, you almost feel like you're obligated to perform, and they haven't been getting the results, and they'll be thinking, well, it's about time we gave these supporters what they deserve, because they're incredible. It's like a continental style feel, isn't it, about the stadium. It's coming from all angles, all quarters. But really enjoyable. But it's a test of character with Leicester players. But that's the sort of game where, if you've got anything about you, which I think the Leicester boys have, certainly the captain at the top there, Jamie Vardy, is tailor-made for him, this sort of fixture. He can lead from the front quite literally. But the players there, they've got to, well, most of them got short sleeve shirts on, but they've got to roll them up even a little bit further up and really be ready for the battle first and foremost, and not give any quarter.
Here we go, we are underway. Ebere Eze rolls the ball back to Cheikh Doucouré. Palace kicking from right to left as we look at it, away from the very noisy Holmesdale end. Leicester debuting their new third kit today, and it looks resplendent. Christensen, one of those who's been away on international duty, and you look at the 22 players down there, they have been to most corners of the globe over the last couple of weeks. Jamie Vardy's been back at home, of course. Here is Mark Gay, who stayed here amid massive interest from Newcastle. They lost Michael Olise to Bayern, but they kept him, and they kept Ebere Eze. They're three kind of real crown jewels, as Gay's clearance is very, very well blocked by Ndidi, and he's won it back, and he's crossed in here. Ayew, what a chance, and he's put it over the bar on the volley, 6 yards out, and he kind of scuffed it into the floor, and it loops over the crossbar. That is a major chance for Leicester to take the lead. by the former Palace man. Indeed, he did terrifically well. And maybe, just maybe, that should be 1-0.
Oh, what a moment that could have been. Should have been.
Back now with Nathaniel Klein. And again, Leicester are very much in a game of Premier League football. We've said that in all of their matches thus far, but it's those crucial moments as it goes forward to Mateta, who rolls it back very nicely, and now it goes over the top looking for Eza, and it's found him. Eza into the box here. James Justin needs to get back. He's brought it across the face of goal, and Fass does amazingly well, and Nketiah picks it up anyway. He shoots, blocked behind, and Hermansen will come and claim. But had Fass not made that challenge, Crystal Palace would have scored after 18 minutes.
Well, I have to say it was wonderful play from Crystal Palace. Henderson, somewhat fortuitously, scuffed it all the way through to Mateta up top, puts it across the box. I'm not sure where Christian ended up, because the left back area was totally vacant. I think he had to come and cover in behind, but I'm saying how good the Palace play was, but the best bit of play came from Fass with that block.
Here is Eza into the box to Mateta, who shoots, blocked by the Belgium international Wout Fass, who then clears by the corner flag straight to Munoz. That wasn't the best clearance, and Wharton will pick it up. Into the box it goes to Nketiah, who shoots, and it's saved by Hermansen. Straight at him. But Crystal Palace are beginning to come into this first half and become a force in the game. 0-0 after 19 minutes. Here is Fass on the board. He's looked bright in Eddie Nketiah. £30 million he cost from Arsenal. Another to leave Arsenal in search of regular first-team football in the Premier League, and Emil Smith-Rowe, of course, did the same, and he scored against the Foxes a couple of weeks back, not too far away from here, as Palace win the ball again, and then indeed he steps in superbly and clips the ball over the top for Vardy. Can Vardy get them for the goalkeeper? He's round the goalkeeper and he scored! It is vintage Jamie Vardy! He's at it again! Evergreen, ever brilliant. Leicester lead in the sunshine. Made by Ndidi, finished wonderfully by Jamie Vardy after 21 minutes. 1-0.
Oh, what a goal that is for a number of reasons. Initially, Leicester showing the confidence, as they have done from the off, to go and close down and pressurise the opposition. And they're forcing errors. Palace are not playing at the top of their game. I think it was Wharton, was it, that Wilfred Ndidi dispossessed there. Again, too strong, too quick into the challenge. Read the situation as it was happening.
It's with Munoz on the right-hand side for Palace. Bang on 30 minutes. 1-0 to Leicester City. The goal by Jamie Vardy, who outpaced and outmuscled Mark Gay, and then rounded Dean Henderson beautifully to tuck home. Lacroix over to this near side, and Tyrick Mitchell. Now that goes centrally into Nketiah, into the box, up against Fass, and he teased and twisted against him. His shot was blocked though, and when it came back into the middle, Skip was there to turn that behind for a corner. That was a dangerous moment. Eddie Nketiah has looked bright. Was he onside? They would have checked it, but that was a decent moment from Palace.
Yeah, well, that's where there's got to be communication, passing players on. If Nketiah and Eza are coming from deeper positions, I wonder how Leicester were going to cope with Palace's formation. But I looked at the fullbacks and thinking, you know, what do? Do they come in and really narrow on Nketiah and Eza at times? But I'll follow up on that in a minute, because
Mitchell into the box to Eza. Eza, oh, quick feet around Fass, and then he's curled it wide from a tight angle, but from no more than 4 or 5 yards out. Well, it was sparkling skill, to be honest, to create the chance. And Eza is disappointed with himself that he has not made it 1-1. Palace are coming into this first half significantly with 10 to go until the break.
Yeah, well, again, it's that switch initially, and it's popped back inside. Fass sells himself a little too easily, really. Eza, he's in those positions, you fear the worst, don't you? And
it's Palace from their time here. He's trudging off here, Doucouré. Let's see if he can get through to half time.
It sort of typifies how it's gone for Palace. It was start of the season, pretty much. They don't look a team that who are firing on all cylinders. It's just their body language as well. They look as if they're feeling a little bit sorry for themselves. They're seeing Doucouré going off. There was no like, come on boys, your heads were down a little bit, and there was no communication. It was moping around a little bit.
Yep, it's very quiet here. 10th last season after that incredible finish They're kind of dreaming of kicking on and maybe even troubling the European places. Gay has lost that here to Vardy. Vardy again, he goes round Klein. He slips it to Mavididi into the box. He shoots over. Clip the side netting. Major chance for Leicester to make it 2. Vardy immediately applauds. He was causing such a nuisance again. And Steffi Mavididi, well, had he drilled that one into the back of the net, it would have been the dream first half for Leicester. He wasn't far away. But what an opportunity for 2-0.
Okay, not for the first time this afternoon, sloppy.
Jamie Vardy, the goal scorer, gets the second period underway. Leicester kicking from right to left in their third kit, the all ice white number, and they are attacking the end near where their travelling supporters are, and Jordan Ayew immediately latches onto a long ball, and it's set back for Justin here, who goes round Mitchell and crosses it in, and it's a chance here for Ndidi, back to Mavididi, who scores! 20 seconds into the second half, the dream beginning to this 45. And how about this for a scoreline? Leicester are 2-0 up as they search for the first win in the Premier League of the Steve Cooper era.
Well, I've said numerous times in the first half, Crystal Palace looked shaky defensively, and we've seen yet more evidence there, but nice and positive from Leicester. I was just about to comment and say it's a world away from last season when Leicester have a kick-off. It used to go back to Harry Winks to Ricardo. They'd play about 6 passes, ping-ponging it off each other, and then Leicester would be in possession. This went straight back from Jamie Vardy to Mads Hermansen, directly. 4, 5, 6 players on the right-hand side. Mavididi, obviously the goal scorer. Wilfred Ndidi, on first viewing, has done exceptionally well there, because he was, odds on to take the strike and possibly score himself. He set up an easier chance for Mavididi. What a start for Leicester. Beautifully tucked away, by the way.
It was slammed home with glee. Here is Mitchell at the other end. Crosses into Mateta, who has scored. But the flag is up. Well, they'll check this. Eza picked out Mitchell, who rolled the ball across the face of goal. Mateta expertly steered it home. And Leicester will hope that the flag was correct. This will be important though, if it's chalked off, because having gone 2-0 up, they don't want to give Palace an immediate route back in. And we wait here for the technology to kick in. They've drawn the lines here, and he's onside, and this goal, I think, is going to count. And very shortly, I think Jean-Philippe Mateta is going to be told that he has scored. He has. He was onside by a bootlace. And from 2-0 up, Leicester looked like they were cruising. But you never know in the Premier League. It's game on again. Mateta has scored. It's 2-1 after 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Here is Eza on halfway, and there's space here for Munoz, and he's exploited it. Found beautifully. First touch was really heavy. He pulls it back. Christensen's there to sweep it away. But that ball was an excellent one initially to Munoz. Then Ndidi loses it. Wharton and Kamada combine, and Kamada pokes it forward. And here is Nketiah. Oh, what a shot, just wide. I mean millimetres wide. Didn't look too much danger when he picked it up, but he swiveled and shot across Hermansen. And half of Selhurst Park thought that was in, and thought it was 2-2 after 68 minutes.
Yeah, you can include me in that as well. I thought, as you say, Nketiah, it was a tight, awkward angle for him, but in his short career, he's sort of renowned for that type of finish, isn't he? And just seen that Fataru's gone on the right-hand side now, so they got James Justin's gone out to wing-back position, although it's basically a flat-back 5, really. It's not really a wing-back slot, but out there for that extra protection. Mitchell probably, although he's receiving the ball now quite easily, Fataru on the right-hand side rather than the left.
And Nketiah's gone beyond Chowdhury. Brilliant challenge, but it falls to Kamada in the box, and it goes behind. Well, Fataru says he got the ball, and if he did, that was a magnificent challenge, because Nketiah was about to shoot from the edge of the box, and out of nowhere, Abdul Fataru came flying in. It will be a corner in the end. Could have been a lot more, and he did get the ball. It was a brilliant tackle.
You know, there's no guarantees you can defend for your lives for 90-plus minutes. Just one mistake at the end.
Oh, here's Mateta, played through by Eza. Brilliant goalkeeping from Hermansen, who was so quickly out to dive on it. You thought that those big, long legs of Mateta were going to get there first. Might have been a penalty. Yeah. Claims it and then throws it out immediately. 5 additional minutes. Leicester are 5 minutes away from 3 Premier League points. Cody has something to deal with here though, and he does very well in the end, but then Sarr nips in and wins it, and it's a penalty. And Palace have the chance to equalise 15 seconds into added on time. Cody did really well initially, but then Sarr was there and he dangled out a leg and Sarr went over. And all of this hard work now may come to nothing in terms of a win, because Palace have the chance to equalise in the 91st minute.
Oh, it's devastating for Conor Cody, isn't it? They're on the assumption that Mateta tucks this away, but I mean, I said in theory, you know, he's just the man for the job.
92nd minute of this game, he has the chance to make it 2-2. Here he comes, shoots and scores, sends Hermansen the wrong way, and from 2-0 up, Leicester have been pegged back. No great celebration from Mateta. He wants Palace now to go and win it. But at Selhurst Park, it is 2-2.
Amazing game, football, isn't it? Palace. Mateta, I remember him scoring a late winner against Leicester not so long ago on this very ground. Pops up now with that penalty, expertly taken, you had to say it was.
And Tony Harrington, only he knows how long now we can go here in the Premier League. It's with Justin, he still hasn't taken the throw, he's stolen about 10-15 yards in truth. Now he puts it forward onto the head of Fatawu, and the referee blows his whistle. Well, no first win in the Premier League. Leicester do have a first away point though. It'll be bittersweet given they were 2-0 up. Conor Cody conceding the late penalty, which Jean-Philippe Mateta tucked home to end a very absorbing contest here, which Leicester were a major part of and were 2-0 up 20 seconds into the second half. But ultimately Mateta twice came back to hurt them, and in the end, in the sunshine, they'll be left to rue what might have been. Very competitive and excellent for the most part, Leicester. But that search for the first win will go on at full time at Selhurst Park. It's Palace 2, Leicester 2.